Welcome to another episode of Anderson Ad Break. I'm Chelsea, your host, here with some fresh new faces. This episode is going to be all about our internships and entry-level positions because here at Anderson, we're passionate about training and professional development, and one of those things being that we hire a lot straight out of college, including myself and all my friends here. So let's get to know a little bit about them.
My name is Sailor Pritchett, and I'm from Southern California. I recently graduated from Arizona State, and I'm currently the campaign coordinator for Matters Estate Strategies, our sister company. And what I do is help drive the strategies and tactics for our political division of the agency. Mm-hmm. And our clients are usually organizations, state agencies, as well as candidates.
Sweet.
I'm Ainsley. I'm born and raised here in Scottsdale, Arizona. I'm currently a rising senior at the University of Alabama, and I'm the agency intern here this summer. And what I do here is, I'm technically in the account services department, but I do a little bit of everything. So I've worked with the accounts team, the media team, and the creative team.
I'm Lindsay. I was born and raised in Northern California, where I'd competitively danced my entire life. I grew up coming to Arizona once every month to visit my family here, so I eventually came to Arizona State 4 years ago to attend. And here at Anderson, I'm the media coordinator, so I collaborate closely with the digital media manager and the social media manager to work on all of our clients' campaigns and analyzing a lot of data.
Awesome. Well, now that we know a little bit about you guys, we'll start off with some rapid fire questions, just get the energy flowing, and then we'll dive into more like internship, entry level, and Anderson related questions. Are you guys ready?
Perfect.
Yes.
All right. So to start off our rapid fire questions, what is one fun fact about yourself?
One fun fact about me is I've held different types of monkeys in Spain.
I've been skydiving not once, but twice.
I competed on an episode of Dance Moms when I was in 8th grade.
Did you win?
Yes, we did.
Yes. All right. So at Anderson, we love to express our individuality. I know you guys love to decorate your desks. What's your favorite desk item?
My favorite desk item is a little Zen garden I have.
I like that too.
Thanks.
My favorite desk items, I have two. So one, I have like tiny little ducks that I've been putting everywhere. And then I also have a little bookshelf with little books in it.
My favorite would definitely be the little sticky note heart that Sailor made me.
And me.
Okay. And me.
Okay.
All right. So we know that all the social media platforms deliver different types of content. So which is your favorite social media platform and why?
My favorite, it has to be TikTok, and I just love all the cooking videos, and It just gives me a bunch of inspiration.
My favorite platform is Instagram. I think Instagram's a really great way to both visually and creatively express yourself, and I'm a pretty avid Instagram user and poster.
My favorite would be TikTok because I love watching all the restocking videos, like the fridge ones and desk drawer ones.
The guest bathroom drawer ones.
I love those, yeah.
Those are interesting. All right. So what did you guys study in college?
I studied political science, and then I minored in justice studies.
I'm currently studying marketing, and then I'm getting my minor in art.
I was a marketing major with a certificate in entrepreneurship and digital innovation.
Wow. Okay. So very different backgrounds from all of you. What was your favorite class in college and why?
So me and my mom are very big true crime fans. And so I saw that they offered a homicide and serial killers class. Okay. So I had to take it, obviously.
Yeah. As an art minor, I've had to take a lot of, different art classes and art history classes. So my favorite would be an art history class from the Renaissance period till now.
My favorite would definitely be my brand management class. We got to work on different campaigns for different companies in Arizona. And so the most recent one we did was for an ice cream shop in Arizona, which was super cool.
All right. Well, now that we've got the energy flowing, we're going to dive a little bit deeper with some more questions. You ready?
Yep.
Yes.
So our internships at Anderson provide more than just shadowing a certain position. We like to give a well-rounded education to all parts of agency life. So Sailor, you started as an intern here. Ainsley, you're currently an intern here. And Lindsay, I know you've had outside internships before. So Ainsley, what advice would you give to any current students currently looking for an internship?
Yeah, I think for starters, it's never too early to start really exploring internships, and not even just internships and jobs, but also just exploring companies in the industry that you want to work in. And then with that, it's never too early to start reaching out. Like, don't be afraid to reach out to them, maybe get a meeting and just kind of get on their radar, learn a little bit more about what they do. And then lastly, I would say network, network, network. I think that's the biggest piece of advice I could ever tell anyone, is just to, start to get your name out there.
So Sailor, we know you started here as an intern. How would you say that college prepared you for your internship here?
One experience I would say would have to be volunteering. It allowed me to dip my toes into politics, and I wouldn't have been able to find that volunteering if it wasn't for college.
Awesome. And then I know college prepares you a whole bunch, but there's so many things outside of college alone that can prepare you for a full-time position or an internship. So Lindsay, what other experiences have you had that prepared you for agency life?
Yeah, so actually my junior year spring semester, I got the opportunity to apply for the Cannes Lions Festival of Creativity in France. So I was one of 20 that got to attend this festival the summer after, and the whole experience was super transformative. It's one of the biggest advertising agency festivals in the entire world. And so I got to learn from so many different industry leaders from across the world, and it really just helped me realize what I wanted my future to look like.
Wow, that's really cool, actually.
I'm jealous. I wish I could have gone there.
So with that, how would you describe your transition from full-time college student to full-time position here?
The transition from college to full-time has definitely been a significant change, but throughout college, I also worked part-time and school at the same time, so always just to keep busy. But the transition has also allowed me to have a ton of financial independence, which is much needed after college. And with Anderson's hybrid schedule, it's allowed me to have such an amazing work-life balance, which I really appreciate.
Yeah, the hybrid schedule is definitely a game changer, and not a lot of places offer it anymore. So.
Yeah.
So Sailor, you started here as an intern. While you were a full-time student, you were coming into the office part-time. How would you say that transition is a little bit different for you from Lindsay's experience?
For me, it has become significantly easier on my day-to-day life because I used to work Monday, Wednesday, Friday. And so on Wednesdays, I would come into the office and I would lose at least an hour a day trying to play catch up from Tuesday. And so definitely I've loved working full-time more.
So Ainsley, I liked what you said before, how it's never too soon to start networking. So what would you say is the best way for college students to network?
Yeah, I think the best resource that us college students have is really just utilizing your teachers and your professors and just everyone on campus. I mean, your teachers and professors, they're there to help you. They have so many great connections and resources that are there for you. They're just waiting for you to come and ask for it.
Yeah.
Also, I'd say to utilize whatever your college offers in terms of, job fairs or networking events. I think this is a great opportunity and a great way to just put yourself out there and get familiar with other companies and get on their radar. And then lastly, I've been using LinkedIn a lot. It has seriously been my best friend in college, more so the last year or so. This is just such a great way to follow and connect with, other companies out there, and especially recruiters and stuff like that.
To kind of jump in on networking, for me, I think the biggest thing you can do is by sitting by people you don't know. And obviously it's really scary sitting next to people and talking to people you don't know, but I think it's really crucial, especially if you don't have connections in the industry.
Yeah.
And for me, I did that and ended up going on to volunteering on a campaign, to interning on a winning congressional campaign, which led me to here. So
So just initiating the conversation with whoever it might be.
Definitely.
Yeah. So Lindsay, aside from Cannes, was there any other professional development that you did outside of your original classes, your internships, that helped prepare you?
Yeah, so actually I was the recruitment chair and the marketing director of my sorority throughout college for 3 years. So this experience allowed me to really develop a lot of event planning skills, leadership skills, and communication skills overall, teaching 300 girls how to talk to each other.
Exactly.
But it was such a rewarding experience and really transformed my college experience as well. And like they have both said, attending job fairs, career fairs that have been going on at ASU really helped me meet so many different people that I never probably would have met in the first place.
So I was actually also my sorority's recruitment chair. We called it membership vice president, and it was a position on our executive council board. And this position, it really taught me some great leadership skills. I definitely grew in that way, and it also taught me that I love the chaos. I love being in a busy environment. And it also taught me how to lead and plan and facilitate, large events. So since I was on the executive council, I really got to learn what it means to be on a team. I got to be able to learn from and support my peers.
Well, that's awesome. So Sailor, you actually have now been an intern and been in an entry-level full-time position here. What advice would you give to your peers looking for an entry-level position?
So one thing I would like to say would be go where you feel most welcome. And I like to live by, if you love what you do, you don't have to work a day in your life. And when I first got to Anderson, the culture was just amazing. And I got put in a pod with you and Maddie and your guys' vibes. And again, the culture made me feel so welcomed that I never would have imagined working at a 9-to-5 to be this amazing. So definitely go where you feel welcome.
So Ainsley, what do you think are some important qualities for candidates to have that recruiters might be looking for when looking to hire?
Yeah, I think one of the most important things is obviously you need to have an up-to-date resume and LinkedIn to keep up with what you've been up to and any certifications and things like that you may be gaining and obtaining. Next, I would say in your interview process, don't be afraid to just kind of be yourself. Let loose a little bit, show your personality. You don't necessarily need to be a robot the whole time. I know that interviews can be really nerve-wracking. I remember when I interviewed here, I was definitely nervous, but as it went on, I felt really comfortable and I was able to just be myself. And then for current students and recent grads, I think another great thing to look for would be any extracurriculars. This really shows that you want to be a part of something, outside of school and that you're really passionate about that. And to take it a step further, I think that leadership positions in extracurriculars really show that you really care about something and you're really willing to go that extra mile.
Yeah, I agree.
I definitely think having qualifications are the main part, but I also think by having your personality shine through is definitely something that will land you an opportunity. If you're not able to successfully communicate appropriately with your team or with potential clients, it will be a lot harder to land like the position that you want.
Yeah, no, I would agree. So Lindsay, on the opposite end of that spectrum, what would you say is an important way or something that companies can do to market themselves to make candidates interested in applying?
I definitely think it's super important for companies to tell their genuine stories as well as like customer testimonials and just to see how their client work is overall. I know when I was applying for jobs out of college, I really looked into their websites and social medias to overall see the culture and how they come across on digital platforms, because that's all I can really look at from my perspective. And so I think it's super important to just stand out in that aspect and just showcase how unique an individual they are specifically.
So Ainsley, how did you hear about Anderson?
Yeah, so I've actually known about Anderson for quite some time now through my own personal connections. And then when it came time for me looking into summer internship opportunities, I was able to reconnect with Anderson to discuss these possible opportunities.
Going off a little bit of what Lindsay said, how you only really get to look at from the outside, did you take a look at our website or social media at all?
For sure. I spent a lot of time researching your guys' websites, and your website is one of the things that really sold me of like, this is where I want to work. This is where I want to be this summer. And I think that one of the big things would be our blog section on the website, because, the blogs really shows a lot of insight as to who we are as people and who we are as a culture. And that really brought me in. And it also showed like a lot of our blogs have to do with professional development that people have done in here. So it really shows that Anderson cares about your professional development. The Anderson website does a really great job at showcasing all the different types of services that we offer here. And I really wanted to work at an agency this summer that had all different types of services and somewhere where I can really learn all the ins and outs of agency life.
So I love that you mentioned how our blog section showcases how Anderson cares about our professional development, and there's always ways to continue to educate yourself even once you land that job. So another thing about our website that I loved is our agency reel, because it also showcases our open workspace, and that's really fun for like collaborating with the team. So if you haven't seen our reel, definitely go check it out. So with our open workspace, we also are closely integrated, the Anderson team, with our Matters of State Strategies team. So Sailor, I know you sit right in between all the chaos of all the marketing and advertising that happens. What has been the most exciting part about working in the middle of the Anderson team in our open workspace?
So I definitely never expected to work right next to you guys. I always thought I would like get sectioned off because it's different,
Yeah.
But the one thing that I've truly loved is the fact that when I'm having a slow day, which is not really that much, but when I do, I'm able to sit in on meetings and learn new skills like meta certification, which has allowed me to learn and build new skills. And I like how Anderson really values my growth and professional development.
Yeah, and even like meta certification, like as a campaign coordinator, you wouldn't normally think that would be a qualification or like a requirement, because it's not, but you have that opportunity here to go and get that, which just sets you apart from the competition.
Yeah.
So on top of that, is there anything that you didn't expect while working so closely with the Anderson team?
So one thing I didn't expect, when it comes to politics, you always have to be on your toes because everything happens in matters of seconds. And it's really nice to be able, if I'm under pressure or if I need help, I could turn to you guys, and you guys are ready, and you're always ready to help and lock in. And so that's really refreshing.
Yeah. That's one thing that I love about Anderson. Just everything we do, we're always on our toes. And then Lindsay, why did you choose to work at an advertising agency as your first position out of college?
Besides from going to Cannes, that really opened my eyes to what I wanted to do. I love working in a fast-paced and like dynamic environment, and working in an advertising agency, there's always something going on. And what I specifically love about Anderson is that I get to be a part of so many different things, whether it's creative, digital, social, working with your clients as well. It's just really nice to be a part of everything and know what's going on rather than just focus on something so specific, which I love. And I'm super passionate about creativity and strategic communication as well. So it's just the perfect place for me.
Yeah. Oh, I love that, because I've worked in both agency and corporate life, and you don't get that creative freedom. You don't have that collaboration and get to learn so many things about basically anything but your own clients. So it's nice to be able to see what everyone else is doing here.
Yes.
And then what do you think that you want to take away from working at Anderson?
I definitely want to get more involved with all the projects that we have going on, like I just mentioned, and to learn a lot more from all of you guys leaders. You guys all bring such a different perspective, but all come together as one, which is super interesting. So I just really want to learn overall more and contribute a lot.
Awesome. Well, we have one more question, and I'm leaving that for Ainsley, our intern. What do you think about agency life so far?
So far, unbiased. I love it. I'm a big fan.
Totally unbiased.
The culture here isn't at all what I expected. The culture here is so authentic, and I really feel like I can just be myself every day at work. And something particular that is really special is that I actually love going to work every day. I'm so excited. I know a lot of people, it's like, oh, work, like, and I'm like, oh, work, yay. It's so much fun. Another thing I really love at Anderson is the open workspace here. So I get to work at a pod with Sailor and Lindsay, and it's been so awesome. And I think for me, especially, the open workspace has really allowed me to, learn a little bit from everybody. Like, I can go over and they can teach me whatever they're doing, and it's been a really great opportunity for me.
Well, I love that you've had a great experience here so far. I don't have any more questions for you guys. Was there anything else that you wanted to add?
What is your favorite part about working at Anderson, Chelsea?
So what I love about working at Anderson, I know all of you have kind of mentioned all the little bits and pieces of it, but everyone here is just so authentic, and I do get to be myself in my work and with my clients, and it's so fun to just connect with people and almost not like try to fake a connection. Like, I feel like all the connections that I've made with everyone who works here and all of my clients have been like real genuine connections, and I feel like you don't always get that in like the corporate environment. Sometimes they don't care to get to know you. But overall, I think Anderson has just been such a great place to work, and especially a great place to start your career. So thank you guys for joining me.
Thanks for having us.
And for any young professionals watching interested in starting their career in an advertising agency, I hope that you learned a little bit from these guys, what that might be like to do that here at Anderson. So let's get back to work.
Let's go.
Yay.